Have you ever wondered why so many people reach a point in life where they ask, is this it? On paper, everything looks fine. A job, maybe a family, some achievements. Yet something inside whispers that we were made for more. It's almost as if, from the moment we are born, a path is already waiting for us. Not a path designed by society, but one written into the soul itself. Think about this. Almost every culture, every religion, has carried the idea that we are born with a purpose. The ancient Greeks spoke of the daemon, a guiding spirit that whispers your true calling. Hindus call it dharma, the path only you can walk. In Christianity, the Apostle Paul wrote about spiritual gifts, saying each person is given unique talents by God, different kinds of gifts, but the same Spirit. Could it be that as children, before we had words for it, before we understood what career or success even was, we already knew? Not consciously, of course. That's the trick, but unconsciously. Didn't you feel it? Some things lit you up inside. Other things didn't. You were drawn to music, or to building things, or to running faster than anyone else on the block. Your soul was guiding you, showing you what made it sing. But then, life happened. Before we even become fully conscious, the world begins its work. Movies tell us what a successful life should look like. School trains us not to ask who we are, but to become what the system needs. Good grades, college, a profession. Slowly, the voice of the soul becomes harder to hear. Have you noticed how early this starts? Even the cartoons we watch as kids teach us stereotypes of heroes and villains, of what boys and girls should be, of what a real dream looks like. By the time we grow up, we're not students of life anymore. We're pupils of the system. But what if that's the trap? Because the soul, it didn't come into this world for the system. It came for experience. Think about it. Many traditions say the soul is eternal. It exists in higher planes of consciousness. So why descend into a human body? Why enter a world of pain, temptation, limitation? Maybe because growth only happens here. Look at your own life. When did you grow the most? Was it during the easy days or during the storms? A body doesn't grow strong by resting on the couch. It grows by lifting weight. Real, heavy, uncomfortable weight. The muscle tears, and in the healing, it becomes stronger than before. The same with the mind. Give it only simple problems, and it stays lazy. But hand it a puzzle, a challenge that keeps you up at night, and suddenly your brain lights up. It stretches, rewires, adapts. And the heart, it's the same story. You love, you lose, you break. And in the breaking, you learn compassion. You learn to value the people who truly matter. A heart that's never been broken doesn't really understand love. Maybe the soul is no different. Maybe it descends here to lift the weight of existence, to stretch through trials, to break and heal, to gain the wisdom that only comes through living. Because in the stillness of the divine, there is no failure, no temptation, no heartbreak. And without those, there is no growth, but only if. We don't get stuck in the machinery. Because here's the danger. The system doesn't care about your soul. It cares about efficiency, about roles to be filled. It teaches you to silence the very thing that makes you, you. And one day you wake up and you have the career, the car, the apartment. But you wonder, why does it still feel empty? In Christianity, Jesus said something that has puzzled people for centuries. Unless you become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. But what did he really mean by that? He wasn't talking about being naive or refusing to grow up. Children grow. That's what they do best. Maybe he was pointing to something else. The children live close to their souls. They don't need permission to follow what excites them. They don't ask if their joy fits into a 5-year plan. A child laughs without a reason, cries without shame, creates without fear of judgment. It doesn't ask if drawing that picture or singing that song will make money, bring success, or impress anyone. It simply does it because it wants to, because it loves to. Maybe he meant return to that state, to the purity before the world told you who you should be, to the purpose you felt before you could even name it. So how do we find our way back? Maybe start simple. Remember what lit you up as a kid. Was it drawing? Draw, singing, sing, playing soccer until the streetlights came on. Play, whatever fills your soul, do it. Those things might not be your purpose necessarily, but maybe they are the language of your soul, the way it speaks to the world, a song, a painting, a building, a business, a dance. They are all forms of communication with the divine, a way of expressing of the soul. There's a reason we call it art. In many Slavic languages, the word for art is umetnost. It comes from 2 roots. Meaning mind, and etnost, meaning ethnicity or identity. Put together, it's the ethnicity of the mind, the unique cultural and spiritual fingerprint of the soul expressed through creation. That's why a true masterpiece, whether it's a painting, a piece of music, or a building, always carries the soul of its creator. You can feel their spirit in it, even centuries later. Everything but creation is cheap, because only creations last. To build a house, you need a builder. To write a song, a composer. To win a race, an athlete. Each creation is a question to the universe. And sometimes, the universe answers back. So we answer the call of the whole. We reach out, try to speak with it. But before you can have a conversation with your soul, you first have to go back and remember its language. Back to the child you once were. Back to the soul that never left you. Back to your purpose.